Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Civil Stuff by Wahid. If you are watching my video for the first time, please do subscribe for more videos. So today I have chosen a topic which is very important with respect to shear force and bending moment and loading conditions. That is the relationship between the loading, shear force and bending moment. So generally, if any beam is subjected to transverse load perpendicular to the longitudinal axis, because of this one internal stresses will be developed. That is one case, that is upper layer going to compression zone and bottom layers will be getting tensed like that. And here along with those stresses, internal stresses, a beam will be subjected to shear force and bending moment also. Now with respect to shear force, how the loading is with respect to loading, how the shear force is getting, and with respect to shear force, how the bending moment we are getting. Okay, we'll see now. Now let us consider a simply supported beam of span L subjected to generalized loading. Means I don't know exactly what type of loading it is. Okay, in that I will be choosing a elementary length of beam of length is dx. I am choosing a elementary length dx between the two sections AA and BB in the beam section. Now because of this we are not supposed what is the type of loading. I am assuming it as a UDL. I am assuming it as what? UDL, uniformly distributed load, that is W kilonewton per meter within what? Section AA and BB, within the strip of width dx. Now then we convert this UDL into a point load. Now if I convert this UDL into point load, what will be the point load? W into dx. Now where it will be acting? Exactly middle. So W into dx is the point load acting in between, that is total is dx, so dx by 2, dx by 2. Okay, now as I said you, because of this loading it will be subjected to shear force and bending moment. Now if I come to from this side to this side, I am considering a shear force. Just I am assuming downward shear force of F. Force is there and I am considering a moment. Now after traveling this much of distance from here to here of dx, the force will be F plus df and bending moment will be m plus df. Okay, so we assume shear force and bending moment at each section since beam is subjected to shear force and bending moment. Now if you take the equilibrium condition, you all know equilibrium conditions, that is sum of vertical forces, sum of horizontal and sum of moment. Now here no need of taking horizontal, first vertical, that is sum of V or sum of y direction, forces acting in y direction. So I am considering upward as positive and downward forces as negative. Now if you take this figure, again I have redrawn the figure here. So if I take upward forces positive, downward forces negative, so this is acting downwards and this is acting upward, so minus F plus df. Now this one is acting downward, minus wx. Sum of vertical forces equals to 0. Now in this minus f plus f gets cancelled. I will be remain with df, which is equals to w dx. So w equals to df by dx. This equation shows the relation between rate of loading and shear force. This is rate of loading is equals to df by dx and shear force. And suppose for the same figure, if I take movements about AA section AA, now here also I consider clockwise as negative, anti-clockwise as positive. So this is acting what? Anti-clockwise direction, clockwise direction, so minus, plus this is acting as what? M plus dmf, dm, this is dm, minus this will create, I am taking section about this one because this force will won't do any movement, but this one F into dx, okay, clockwise direction, so minus Next, this one also minus w into x, but where it acts, okay, w into dx by 2, which is equals to 0. Now this one gets cancelled. I remain with what? dm minus f dx minus w dx square by equals to 0. So upon calculation, dm minus f dx minus w dx square equals to 0. Now see here, dx is the elementary strip I have taken, which is very small. If I make dx square by 2, which is very small, so I consider this as a 0. So this whole term I consider this as 0. So dm equals to f dx, or f equals to dm by dx. This is the relation. See, this is shear force and this is moment. This equation gives the relation between shear force and bending moment. And see here, for maximum bending moment, this dm by dx should be equals to 0. That is, wherever the shear force is 0, the bending moment will be maximum. Okay. Now based upon these relationships only, some of the points you are supposed to keep in mind, which is very important for a competitive exams. So coming to the important lines from the relations, what we have seen just now is the rate of change of shear force F or slope of shear force diagram is equal to intensity of loading. Means based upon the loading conditions only we are going to do the shear force diagrams. Okay. Next, the rate of change of bending moment or slope of bending moment is equal to shear force. Based upon the shear force only you are going to calculate the bending moment. Okay. The change of bending moment is proportional to the area of shear force diagram within the section. Means how the bending moment is proportional means as the shear force changes its sign convention, the bending moment is also changes its sign convention. Means it will maybe minimum, means shear force is maximum at the supports, means bending moment will be 0, and when it is 0, bending moment will be maximum, like that. Next, point of contraflexion means point where bending moment changes its sign and equal to 0. It is also known as what? Point of inflection. Now bending moment is maximum when shear force is 0 or changes its sign. Now we have derived this one. This is what the equation, the relation between rate of loading and the shear force, that is w equals to df by dx. This can also be written as like this: f equals to integral of 0 to x w into dx. Whereas in terms of loading with respect to bending moment, that is w equal to d square m by dx square, or in terms of bending moment in terms of shear force, f equals to dm by dx, or in terms of this one is m equals to integral of 0 to x f into dx, or double integral, because loading, next shear, next one is bending moment. Okay. So hope you understood the relationships between this rate of loading, shear force and bending moment, and these points are very important in case of your any competitive exam, not only for ESET, it is important for GATE, it is important for any TSPSC exams, competitive exams, SSC, JEE, like that. So in the next video I will be trying to upload some of the problems based upon the previous ESET AP and TS paper exam pertaining to SFD and BMD especially. Thank you for watching my video. Please do subscribe for more videos, like, do comment and share as much as possible for the benefit of all the civil engineering students. Thank you.